my name is Kay. I'm a poet and a writer, and on this channel I do reactions to K-pop videos, specifically lyric reactions and breakdowns. And I was gonna be filming some other things today, and I probably still will, but I just woke up to find that Lino and Han have gone on a murder spree. We'll start off by setting some ground statements here, okay? So shipping in idol fandoms is pretty common, and to be perfectly honest, the idols sort of encourage it and play into it, sometimes with just fan service, and sometimes they'll kind of hint things, because if they're shipping you with someone in your band together, if two bandmates are being shipped together, that brings a lot of attention to the group, okay? Like, being the most popular ship is lucrative. So there's incentive to be the most popular ship, right? So that out of the way already. There are some ships that are like really fun to ship, like Mamamoo, Solar, and Moonbyul are super cute together. First of all, Moonbyul put out a very lesbian coded album, and she is spending 100% of her time with Solar, doing very much things that couples do. Love it. Could be a couple, could be not a couple, and we're like, we love you either way, super cute. I feel like the same kind of thing is true with SHINee's Minho and Key. Like, they're very domestic together, they'll sort of play that up, but it's also like, are you guys a couple? If you are, it's cute. If not, it's totally fine if you're just besties. Like, there's those kind of couples, and then there's BTS. I feel like if you're an American, you can kind of be given a pass for thinking they might be dating each other. Like, just, they really love to touch, you know? Like, lots of hugging and kissing and cuddling and holding hands. And those are all things that I think it's gotten a lot better in the US, but for the most part, men don't do with each other here. And so it is kind of like culture shock to see like how touchy they are together and how comfortable. And so if you were just like, oh my God, these guys are dating, that's the kind of thing that I feel like even to this day, if you saw two guys outside holding hands in the US, you would probably just assume that they were dating. And so I feel like you can be forgiven for jumping to conclusions on those kinds of things to some extent, right? And then of course there's ones where people are just like, these two are really hot together, they'd make a hot couple, and you know what? That's just, again, it's very lucrative for the idols, so I think for the most part, none of them, maybe some of them hate it, but the ones who will play it up and do extra fan service, or who don't like explicitly call it out and be like, no, I really don't like that, for the most part, I think they're comfortable with it and enjoy it to some extent. And I think Stray Kids are another group that's very much kind of like BTS. They like being touchy. They like being, you know, kind of this family unit that definitely touches each other's butts like it's their day job. Like, they really play up the fan service. They have like the ships between them that they really, really love as a group, and they'll really play up. Minsung, the ship for Han and Lino, is a little bit different from like all of the other ones. And I'm saying this because at least for maybe the past 2 years, definitely over a year and a half, maybe 2 years, the rest of the group have been the one who've been like, oh yeah, those two are dating. And they're really casual about it. And like, obviously they'll still do like fan service types of things, and they'll still like act coupley for the camera, and I feel like it's almost two different things. It's more to me the fact that the other members just seem really chill about the fact that they're like, oh, those two are just dating. And they bring it up a lot. Like, they've been bringing it up for a long time, and they bring it up constantly. And I think like things like, what was it, the Two Kids Room with Lino and IN, where they're talking about, oh, we'll go out to dinner together, oh, it's a date, and then IN's like, what about Han? You know, like that kind of thing. But I think the one for me that I was just like, okay, wait a second, maybe this isn't just like a joke. They don't play it like a joke. I think that's the other thing. They don't play it like a joke. They don't play it like they're teasing. And that was Lino and Changbin in a Two Kids Room together. And they were just talking about like going out, grilling some Korean barbecue together, like going out for dinner together. And Changbin asked, who cooks the meat when you and Han go out together? Like, that's just something that's really normal. That happens all the time. And Lino says that he cooks the meat. And when Changbin asks then who pays, he says, oh, we go Dutch, which in the US, again, the translation might be something a little bit different, more nuanced, but in the US, when you use the term going Dutch, it's implied to be in a dating sense. Like, if you just go out and split the check with your friends, you don't typically use that term. If you say you're going Dutch, then that's implied something you do on a date. And that could just be the translator using the closest term, and that happened to be that one, and so it's just kind of, we're lost in translation. That's fair. He goes on to then explain that when he and Han go out, they then go do something else afterwards, like they'll go get coffee or something, sort of making this distinction. Not only does he split the bill with Han, and he's saying, oh, Changbin's gonna have to pay for it if he cooks, but also that with Han, it's not just going out to dinner. Like, he and Changbin would just be going out to dinner, doing a bro thing, right? But with Han, they're then doing things together. They're going on a date, basically. Like, right? Okay. That was when I was like, I'm paying attention. And then there was a lot to pay attention to. If you ignore what they say and what they do, what the other members say and do was just like, this seems different. Are they dating? And so that's the interesting thing about Minsung. This morning, woke up to see they've got a song together. And it's called Want So Bad. And we're just gonna look at the thumbnail together, okay? Here, I'll just pull up the thumbnail. It's just pictures of them together. And it says in the corner here, love is so intuitive always, question marks. And then I know it's pain, but I really want it so bad. And I'm just saying, once again, there have been no like confirmations, but a lot of people have pointed out, like, if you just look at their interactions from any other country's point of view, and maybe not any other country, but certainly like the US's point of view, one would just assume they were dating, okay? And everyone says they're dating. I'm like, do I believe that, or do I just take it as a joke? Or do I think it's fan service or something, right? Okay, if we're all on the same page here, I don't know that this is going to be a very confessy type of love song. However, this cover picture really makes me think that. And given their history with very much being like the K-pop couple who is most likely to probably actually be a couple, I'm just very much like, what y'all doing out here committing murder of your fandom? Like, people will be found dead if this is truly a love song, right? So I'm nervous and I'm excited, and now I've got all my like clarifications out of the way, so we're just gonna go into this now. My hair's not even dry. I was like, I can't wait. We gotta get into this. If you don't like shipping idols, that's totally fine. I think for the most part, I don't like just like shipping idols in terms of like, oh, they're cute together. But when two people are doing a lot of things together, and I'm like, could you be dating? I'm like, now I'm fascinated. Now I want to know. Because they don't say it. If they just came out and were like, we're a couple, I'd be like, that's so cute. You're the cutest couple. I feel like the ship part in my own experience comes in where I'm just like, are you two dating? Can we not just say it? And they can't. They can't. And that's fair. But if these two are saying it, all right, we'll just go. We'll stop making assumptions, because it could turn out that this song is actually a giant middle finger at the fandom, right? We'll just wash away our assumptions. Hopefully, if you're still here, you're interested too, and just like, I want to know. And I'm really excited also because I really love their voices, and I'd love to hear a duet by them anyway, but I'm very excited for this. All right. Whew, okay, let's go. Okay, first impressions are this is very light and boppy, which is great because Stray Kids have just had the saddest trio of songs come out lately. So this is kind of fun. This is upbeat. Keep our expectations at a moderate level, but this sounds like it's gonna be a fun, exciting song. I mean, okay, what do you think so far? Because it is a love song. It's straight up a love song. And it's totally fine to sing a love song or a love duet with just your bestie and have it not be gay, okay? That's totally, I think Park Jimin would definitely feel that way. Definitely sang a very romantic duet with his bestie. He's probably not dating his bestie, right? But again, I'm telling you, a lot of the expectations for this pair come from the things their bandmates say about them. A lot of it does. And let's go into what they're actually saying in the lyrics here. I fell in love with you unexpectedly. The start of a love song, we're setting up the premise here. I think it's so sweet, my baby. And my baby, what they call each other. Again, there's that. They call each other by affectionate terms. Couldn't get any work done. Oh my. Getting distracted at work, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so hard not to ship them, okay? That's just the thing. It's like, it's not even like shipping them. You're just like, you just are a couple. It's a pretty big issue. Can't get work done is a big issue, but why in my head? So many thoughts keep me awake every night. With you every day, sugar ride, flower beds everywhere in my heart. So it's like, this is really happy. With you, I'm really happy all the time. Sugar ride, like I always feel like I'm on top of the world. You know, it's like I'm having the biggest, happiest, bubbliest, lollipop magic, happy special time. Like there are just flowers and hearts everywhere. And then spring snuck into my heart and left me frozen with excitement. So spring snuck into my heart, so woke me up. You know, spring is always the new awakening. And then left me frozen. But I think frozen in terms of the like, oh my god, what do I do? Like shocked, sort of, with excitement, he says. So it's more like that I don't know what to do to process all these feelings. You know, falling in love. Oh my. Pink chroma key background. Again, just that sparkly hearts, flowers everywhere. The surrounding scenes. Love is so intuitive. Everything changes. So it's just like, this is just natural. Like, everything seems different, but it's just really natural. The start of a typical romance. Though I know it all, I deeply fall into you and get my hopes up again. I'm getting kind of like, I guess I'm going into this getting my hopes up, hoping it's a confession. Although, I mean, if we're coming into this trying not to ship them, we have to assume that this is a song about a different party. And yet I keep looking at their faces and they're like, we're out on a date, couple selfies, okay? This is, if what they were trying to do is not make me think they were a couple, this is not the way to do it, okay? That's what I'm saying here. They fall into you and get my hopes up again. It's very cute. I've seen it all before, but I keep freezing up. Like, I've been in love before, but you're making me extra, like, I don't know what to do. Like, fluttery. You know, when you, like, can't function because your crush is in the room. I'm not used to it. I know it's pain, which is an interesting way to phrase a love song, right? I know it's pain. I know there's going to be like ups and downs. It's going to be good and bad, but I really want it so bad. He's singing it in like a high falsetto too. Let's listen to that part again. All right, let's see what Han has to say about this in his, as always, very quick raps. We have said a lot about his raps in Miserable. Without a trailer, the unfolding drama. So without warning, without, you know, I wasn't anticipating it. There was no prerequisite. There wasn't a trailer for this movie. It just came out and the drama started. Replay over and over, highlight, to re-experience, up and down. It's a breathtaking roller coaster. So it's fun, it's exciting. There are ups and downs, there's highs and lows. Ride, come closer, just the two of us. Together we make one whole romantic comedy movie. They're just saying our relationship is that kind of romantic comedy. Like, it's fun, it's funny, and that's really healthy to see your love as something that's funny and that you can have a good time. push and pull, one mistake, and it's all over. So maybe a little tumultuous, right? Look ahead and behind, approach carefully. Get closer, I'm not just playing around. So maybe there's a lot of caution in this relationship. There's a lot of like anything could break it, and yet we're constantly drawn together. Which, if two idols of the same sex were dating in a culture where that's not really super acceptable still, I mean, I'm just saying. Let's get it started. Getting anxious, can't think straight. We won't even go into the can't think straight line. That's too easy, too low a blow, too easy to punch to. Like, let's start this relationship. I feel like I don't know what's happening. I'm nervous, anxious, but let's do it anyway. I'll give you an armful of cosmos flowers. And I don't know what the the love language meaning of cosmos flowers is, but they're probably is a meaning to them. There's probably a reason that they chose them, unless it's the person's favorite flower, in which case, ain't that cute? But not just I'll give you some or I'll give you a bunch. I'll give you an armful, like as much love as I can give, I want to give to you. Love you. I want to place myself in a spot next to you. I'll hug you. Don't know if it was the wind. I don't know what that means. Or the feeling of affection that stirred the air. It goes high above the sky into the universe. This is a big love. This is a lots of affection. I'll hold you tight and say, I've always been waiting for this moment. Okay, I think this is about where we are, but the end of Han's line was, if I hold it any longer, I might just blow up. If I hold it in any longer, like if I keep it a secret any longer, if I don't act on it any longer, I might just blow up. What are your thoughts on this? Like, if I were to have gone in not even knowing, all right, you know what? I'll send it to some friends and see what they think. Some people who don't know about Stray Kids very much. I'll send it to them and see what they think, and then I'll get back to you in the comments, okay? I don't know how you're not supposed to think of them as a couple with this picture given to this song. If they had just had Want So Bad and that's it, I'd have been like, maybe it's a love song just about someone, but they kind of pushed us in a direction, didn't they? Okay, we're just gonna say it. We're just gonna say it. Han's own story, that moment he saw Lino for the very first time, he was just like, gay crisis. He said it as he was mad because he'd never seen someone who he thought was more attractive than himself. That was the way he phrased it, but it was very, very K-drama meeting with these two, where Han is just like, oh my god, that guy's too hot. The moment I saw you, it was meant to be. For me, it's you. And then the response, for me, it's you. Very cute. Very cute. Okay, wait, this is gonna be the chorus again, but pointless war of nerves. There's no reason to be nervous about this. This is such a natural and wanted relationship, right? The pointless war of nerves is a waste of time. It's always you. So you're just going for it. By the way, if it is a confession, if we get confirmation of the confession, then this is a good way to do it, where it's just like, it was always gonna be and there's no stopping this, so nah! I think that's a really sweet way to confess. Should this be a confession? All right, we'll back off on our opinions again. And then they'll come back up, I'm sure, because it's not even an opinion. It just, objectively, from an outside perspective, it appears to be a relationship, okay? It just does. It just does. Tell me I'm wrong. Go for it. Tell me, but I'm just gonna say, you don't even need, like, evidence They just say it outright. There's no like sneaky like shots across the room where like, oh, they're totally looking at each other even though they're both like looking at the person who's speaking. There's none of that. The thing about them is, if you have like little shortcut scenes out of something where someone is like cropped around everything, if you just watch the footage that was released in its entirety, it's way gayer every time with Stray Kids. Any little part they take out, the whole context, way gayer, way more. I'm just saying, Stray Kids is the one group where that is 100% true every time. Every time, if you're like, nah, they just made it look that way. No, way gayer if you don't crop anything, okay? All right, I'm calm. I think it's a really cute song. It was really high for Lino. Like, man, he was hitting some seriously high notes for himself. Like, oh, but it was very cute. I think I've pretty much gone over my thought. I really do want to know if anyone has come into the Stray Kids fandom and sat back and watched the material and has no inkling whatsoever of Lee Min Ho and Han Ji Sung dating. Like, if you don't think that's even possible, I really want to know, because I didn't come here to ship anybody, okay? And there's Stray Kids are always, like, literally, it's like their job to touch each other's butts, right? The butts are being touched on all sides. And there are plenty of members who are just all about getting up in each other's lips. Like, Han and Felix can't stop puckering at each other. Recently, Lino and Changmin just keep going for it too, which is pretty funny. I really enjoy Lino and Changmin's whole thing about fighting over Hyunjin. And I think the reason that I don't feel like that is any way like representative of their actual feelings is because Hyunjin doesn't think it's serious. Hyunjin never ever seems to think it's serious. Hyunjin constantly is just giggles when all of that is happening around him while like Lino and Changmin bicker over him. He just giggles. He thinks it's funny. Like, there's nothing going on there as far as what we're seeing on the screen, right? Okay. But with those two, it really, I mean, how do you take this in an objective manner? Please tell me. Please tell me all of your thoughts. I want to know. Again, and maybe it's a cultural difference. I don't think it's that much. I mean, they're just straight up like, hey, I love you, and it's a duet. And I mean, I definitely listened to Jimin and Sungwoon's With You. That was for an OVA though. This song doesn't seem to be. It seems to just be a release for the fans. And definitely, I didn't think that I didn't come out of Jimin and Sungwoon's song being like, oh, I see, those two are totally dating. I was just like, their voices sound great together. They have a beautiful song that's going into an OVA. This one just felt really much like a love song between two people who are probably together. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I don't know how to take this. I'm gonna have to send it to everyone I know and just be like, give me your thoughts. I need them right now. My mind's kind of blown. I don't know that it's my favorite Stray Kids song of all time, but I'm like fully blown away by the concept going on here. And it is a very, very cute, boppy, fun love song, right? It's just like feels like this relationship is very natural, and you know, like there's a lot of factors making it maybe a little bit tumultuous, a little bit scary, and yet the draw is there and it seems solid and healthy. Gotta calm down and go and probably edit this and see if I can get it up today. Again, I do want to know your thoughts, like real bad. I want to know exactly what you think of this. Let me know in the comments down below. I post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and this one's going up on Saturday if I can get it there on time. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!